Lebohang, thank you for your time.
Hi, Erin.
I can't avoid this beautiful trophy we have in front of us. Tell us more about winning the award.
Oh my God, it's been such a wonderful affirmation. So I was up against an incredible writer named Yaku Jacobs, and so we were both nominated, and this is my debut children's book, and it won. And it's been translated into 11 official languages, so it was really great. It's been a great feeling to win because it's my first book, my first attempt, and people have loved it so much that it has received this award.
I mean, just looking at the cover, this beautiful illustration, the kind of joy of these three girls and their story is emblematic. It's visible from the front cover. But just tell us more about the three girls, Mpumi, Asante, and Chiamo. Their day starts out at a normal Joburg school day, and then something magical happens.
Yeah, so sometimes you get bored when you're at school, and so they're bored, they're wishing for a different kind of adventure, and lo and behold, Mpumi's beads are actually magical. So they start to fly all over the city. They go to places they've never been to before, like the Johannesburg Zoo, the Planetarium, Gold Reef City, and this adventure really just lets them explore parts of their city that they didn't know existed. A lot of the time we speak of Johannesburg as being a very unsafe space, but the truth of the matter is that people still have to live and exist in this space. So I wanted to highlight the more child-friendly aspects of our city.
And you've now taken this 2018 book and translated into, or with the help of others, translated it to 11 languages. I know you're involved in reading workshops and the like at schools, libraries and bookshops. What's the response been like, and what's perhaps a favorite moment in the book for you?
The response has been incredible. The book actually was written to rhyme, especially in English. So when you read it, it sounds like a song, it sounds like a poem. It's easy to memorize for children. It's got lots of actions. When I read it, there's a whole lot of actions and choreography. So it's a very fun, memorable experience, because I always want children to really have a good time when they're reading and to think of reading as an enjoyable experience. So I tried as much as possible to craft that. And one of my favorite things about the book is that there's actually a school code of conduct in Auckland Park that got changed because the little girl had her hair like Mpumi with the beads, and the school wouldn't allow it, but with some speaking, with me being on the transformation committee, with the mother as well, speaking to the school, we eventually managed to make space and provision to have beads in the hair in the school code of conduct. So that's something that is a small magical moment that has emerged from this little book.
You talk about rhyme. I got this off a website that sells the book, and I don't know, I imagine it's extracted from the book itself. It says, "The beads jingle and jangle and sparkle. The girls gaggle with glee." So do you have some actions that go with those lines of the book?
Yeah, so afterwards we say, the next thing you know, they zoom into the air, and usually I'm reading it with children, so I'm like, okay, what do we do? We zoom into the air. Everyone jumps out of their seats, everyone jumps out of their chair. It becomes a little bit wild, but that's what I love, because they're going to remember that for the rest of their lives.
And it shows how interactive literacy and reading and books can really be.
Exactly. Books are not boring, books are not worse than screen time, books are just as exciting, just as engaging. You just need practitioners to show that that's the possibilities.
And now, as you look ahead with this award behind you and some of the publicity around the book, are you planning another book in the series? Will you get the same illustrator on board? What's the plan?
Yes, the plan is to continue. I'd love to make this a series, and we're actually talking to the Wits Center of Deaf Studies to see how we can also expand the series to include and integrate deaf characters as well.
So there you'll have your 12th language.
So there I'll have my 12th language, exactly.
So
I'm really excited to expand. So there definitely will be more books. I think by January I should have it. I'm just working on my PhD proposal right now, but as soon as that is wrapped up, more books.
Just the PhD proposal, just in the bag. I wanted to ask about that quickly before we let you go, because you study anthropology, and I'm interested how you go from that kind of highfalutin, cerebral kind of PhD writing to making something so interactive and engaging for children that it's landed you with an award, and your illustrator.
So I think what bridges those two worlds is that I am also a poet, so I really am a creative writer at heart, and what anthropology helps me to do is to think of the world in more, rigorous and scientific ways, but at the end of the day, to communicate with adults and children, it's the same. It's about being able to touch the heart of who the person is, and I find different ways to do so. So yeah, my anthropology helps me to do my children's work better, and my children's work and the empathy that's required there helps me to be a better social scientist.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations to you on the award, and we'll keep our eyes peeled for your next book.
Thank you, Erin.